Hello and welcome back to Leaping Lotus Tarot. My name is Addison. I'm going to do a reading for Sagittarius today. This is the last one of our zodiacs for this round. I may change it up next time. I did a couple like where I would double up, but I'm kind of looking to maybe do something where I do like a daily card pull or like make them a little bit shorter somehow and more frequent. I'm trying to figure out how I want to go about doing that, but anyway, so this is the last one, and we're just going to change up the vibe on how we do it going forward. I may kind of come back to this way now and then, but I want to be able to turn them over a little bit quicker for you guys. So let's go ahead and get started. This is Sagittarius. I'm going to go ahead and take a deep breath. I'm going to tune in. What does Sagittarius need to hear? All right, we have the Keeper of Boons. I believe this is the King of Pentacles. So we have this masculine here. He's looks pretty jolly, actually. He's got a smile on his face. He's got a badger, actually, under his arm as like a pet. And he's got a cup in his hand, and it looks like it's filled with some sort of potion, which is really interesting. So King of Pentacles is I believe that's Capricorn energy, Earth energy. With this badger, I think that's very interesting in the smile on his face. So kind of what I'm getting with this masculine is that they have embraced an aspect of either themselves or the people around them. So there's a difficult nature to them or of people around them, and they've somehow gotten it to be their friend. So maybe the dark side of themselves, he's also in a cave here, so the dark side of himself he has fully embraced, and it's lit up. There's candles around, and it's like he's got this potion in his hand of like, he makes his own magic. He makes his own abundance, right? Because Pentacles is like that financial abundance and stability. So this is a really great card here. I love this one. Four of Boons, Four of Pentacles. He may have kind of in the past been more generous with his energy than he really should have been. He might have been a very giving person naturally, and he's kind of had to lately really put the energy toward himself and really trying to preserve his own energy, preserve his own balance, really focus on the self, right? We have the Five of Challenges. It's Five of Swords reversed. So I tend to kind of interpret that card as like feeling abandoned or feeling betrayed or feeling like basically that you're sort of left hanging. You're around people who just kind of really made you not feel appreciated. They weren't being like a team player. They weren't providing to you in an equal effort sense. But it's reversed though. So what's cool is that this person is coming out of that energy. That's not what they're wallowing in right now anymore. He's a very light and abundant character, okay? Very optimistic, embracing the negative aspects of the self or embracing negative things that have happened in the past and not letting them affect him anymore. Starlight reversed. The Star reversed. So the star can sometimes represent a feminine, there's kind of a seductiveness to her, right? Because she's naked in the original depiction of this card. In this case, it's actually these little fairies here, these feminine fairies kind of looking up at the stars. So it's reversed though. So it could be like this person had multiple fairies in their past, multiple feminine energies in their past that they've had to kind of step away from, or maybe this is those people that they kind of really had to, because if we look here in this Four of Boons, kind of holding the Four of Boons is the pentacle energy of like kind of holding close to the chest, and there's these three, oh, actually I guess there is four. The one's kind of like under the table, perhaps less significant. These elves here, I'm kind of almost getting that like there is like several feminine energies in the past, same as depicted here, that this masculine had to move away from, and they're not very good looking feminine if you look at this imagery here, but I feel like it's not look so much as representative of the energy they brought him. It was not, they were not beautiful, they were not, they were just kind of grouchy looking and, you know, really kind of holding things to themselves. They weren't giving in the same capacity. So moving away from that, moving away from these feminines and really kind of coming into the self and embracing the aspects of the self that are really truly, you know, natural to them and true to themselves. And let's find out more about that. Tell me more about this Keeper of Boons. I want to know more about him. He has a great energy. I love his smile. Ooh. Two of Challenges. This is Two of Swords. Two of Swords is an indecisive energy. We're definitely speaking to a masculine, I think, here. This masculine is looking in the mirror at himself. And the indecisiveness here could be about really looking at the self and embracing. He's got a backpack on, too. It's like he may have to really embrace moving into this new chapter. I feel like he has, with that smile on his face. You know, I do think that he has. But if you look at the way he's sort of looking at himself, it's almost like he's looking at himself in like a bit of disbelief or like surprise, kind of like, it's almost like he's seeing himself for the first time. Like, oh, like, I see where you've come. You've got this bag on your back. You've been places. You've had to carry things along with you. But it's like he's seeing himself in a new light now. There's something new about how he's looking at things and how he's embracing his life after what's happened to him. Ooh, the Enchanter's Wheel, Wheel of Fortune. Yeah, endless, endless possibilities here. So with the Wheel of Fortune, that is, that can be, I'm getting the word fate coming to mind. It's almost like the fated things that are meant to happen for this character are finally able to come to pass because there is that shift in energy, there is that shift in perspective. And the things that are going to be coming into their life, when you think of Wheel of Fortune, you sort of think of like all these different options, sort of like these unknown options. It can kind of feel that way as well for the Seven of Cups. But what I'm really getting with this is like fated. Like that's what really is coming strongly in for me with that Wheel of Fortune is fated. So there's something about this masculine soul plan that they planned to do before they incarnated into this body that they are finally able to actually get on that path and do that they weren't able to do before. It's like they've shifted timelines. That's kind of it's kind of what I'm getting here. Tell me more about this shift in timeline. That's really what I feel like this is. And it's like, okay, you're finally on your track now. Like you're getting on track. Tell me about this shift in timelines with this Wheel of Fortune. We got a sideways card here. Ooh, we've got the Sun. Oh goodness, I love the Sun so much. Oh, Sagittarius, how beautiful is that? The divine is supporting you in every way here. We have the Wise Woman. I believe this is the High Priestess. So we have a woman here who's kind of older in age. It's very interesting. I want to know more about her because if you think about the High Priestess, that's actually kind of a youthful feminine who's kind of seductive, mysterious. There's a fertility to her, but it's not as much as like say the Empress, but there is more of a mystery to her. But what's so cool about this particular imagery is like whoever this masculine, whoever this King of Pentacles is associating with, she may be youthful, like she may not be an old woman, but her soul is old. She is wise. And so she has a seductive High Priestess energy to her, but she's also deeply wise and deeply seasoned with either experiences that she's gone through in her life or just the fact that she's lived multiple lives before. This is an older soul. Tell me more about this connection between the King of Pentacles and this High Priestess. Ooh, the White Heart sort of came out sideways. The White Heart is the Fool's Journey, the Fool. So it's reminding me of that Two of Swords imagery where the masculine is really having to take a look at himself for the first time in the mirror and see who he's become. And I think that that's what part of this indecisiveness is like, do you want to really move forward here? Oops, I just dropped it. Do you really want to move forward here on this fool's journey? You know, is it worth the risk to be associated with a feminine energy again, right? Because we had all those several feminines in the past who didn't bring the right type of energy, weren't the right match. They weren't the right. They just weren't the ones, essentially. They showed their true colors in however way that they did, respectively, to each of them. explain more about the dynamic between these two and where this is going, and just what we need to know in general. We've got Three of Boons, Three of Pentacles, so there could be a collaborative energy here with work. Perhaps these could be people who are going to work together, which would be great, you know, having somebody who's so wise be somebody that you can kind of mentor with in the workspace. Three of Challenges reversed, Three of Swords reversed. What's so cool about this Three of Pentacles is it's almost like we've got this wise woman again here. She's kind of cooking up this potion, and we've got this cute little elf man in the background. He is so cute. Look at him. I love his little smile. So she's kind of got like these potions. It's like she's maybe kind of like a witchy sort of person. She may be highly intuitive, which would make sense as a wise woman. And so it's funny that we have the Three of Pentacles, which can kind of be seen as like a work dynamic, teaming up and creating something beautiful together, like this potion. But the Three of Swords is a heartbreak card, and it's reversed. So there might be some sort of romantic association with this collaborative pentacle work energy here in the Three of Pentacles. We do have the Folly. The Folly is the Tower. The Tower can be interpreted as a negative card for some people, because nobody really likes the feeling of things having to come crumbling down in order for, you know, with the Fool, in order for that new white deer to go blazing through the forest, expressing themselves in their own unique way. Being a white deer is very unique in itself. I always like to bring that up when I use this deck, because it is so unique. And but I kind of like the Tower, and I know some other readers really like the Tower too, because you can't have a new beginning. You can't build something new on something that clearly needs to, and already is, crumbling and falling down. So earlier in this reading we were talking about the badger, and I feel like the badger was like, when he had his arm around it and it was his friend, it's like he's embracing the darker sides of himself that once were something that was debilitating, and so in a sense it's able to crumble away now. It's able to fall away and become a friend and be something that they can actually utilize and be useful in their life for them, and not be a burden of their existence. They're not housing themselves in an entrapment of the mind, an entrapment of the ego. That is exciting. I love that. Good for you, masculine. What else does Sagittarius need to know in this reading? We have the Wild World sideways. All right, I think there might have been a card that flipped out in here. Let me try to see if I can find it real quick. And if not, it may have already actually jumped out on its own. It looks like it did. So whatever it's in this deck, it already came. Oh, nope, I lied. It's right here. Ooh, Ace of Visions, Ace of Cups. Again, symbolic of that white, unique, beautiful animal. A swan is not unique in its whiteness, but again, we have that imagery of that freshness, that newness, that uniqueness, that starting over with the white heart. And we have the wide world, which has imagery of that white heart in it. So something about this person is unique, okay? There's something about them that stands out. There's something about them that not everyone has. And it's sideways here with the wide world, the world sideways. The world is the very last card in the major arcana. So I feel like this is symbolic of where this person kind of needs to go, but isn't fully there and ready to do that just yet. And that also is clarified here by the Two of Spells, Two of Wands sideways. So with this imagery, someone's got these sticks here, and it's like they're kind of trying to build a fire, but they're not there yet, right? They still got these matches in their hand, and they've sort of got like the tools and the essentials to build what this is that they are wanting to build, but the fire's not there yet, right? The spark's not there. Something has to get ignited, something has to get going with this more in order to be able to move into the world. Because also the Two of Wands in the traditional tarot representation is also that man with the two staffs, and he's got the world in his hand, right? So again, very, very tied together in that sense. This card is so cute to me because it's the Council of Animals. Oh, we got the badger in the center too. Oh, this is cool. And look how strong that bear is standing too. There's a team of people, and this makes a lot of sense too with the Three of Pentacles, right? There's perhaps a team of people around this masculine who are going to be able to support him in this journey into the world, and this journey into this Two of Wands, this new beginning, this fool's journey, right? There's nothing wrong with, it's fun because the World is the last card in the major arcana. It's like somebody who's gone through all the cycle, right? And then we still had that Fool card. So there's nothing wrong with, and the Tower, right? So there's nothing wrong with going back to the Fool, because the Fool is where you start, right? You have to start there. And just because one journey and one cycle is over, also with that Wheel of Fortune, a new cycle has to begin, so there's nothing wrong with a crumbling in a tower, a dissolvement of an old idea, an old mentality, an old mindset, an old belief system, in order to be rebirthed into a new aspect of the self that is much more prosperous and happy, and, you know, very, very representative of that imagery we saw in the beginning of the King of Pentacles, the Keeper of Boons. This is interesting here. This is the oldest one, and it's reversed, and it's like this tree. I might have to look into my book real quick. Give me 1 second, because I need to figure out which one this is. This might be like, because it's number 5, this might be like the Hierophant, I want to say. Let me go ahead and pause this real quick, and I will splice this, and I will be right back. All right, I am back. So I was correct. The oldest one with that number 5, that is the Hierophant. So, and it's reversed, right? So Hierophant is Taurus energy. It's representative of beliefs, values, old systems sometimes. Could be religion, it could be, it's basically just belief systems, right? And so that makes a whole lot of sense with what we've been talking about with it being reversed. Dissolving of old belief systems, you know, getting out of that mentality of like things have to be a certain way, or, you know, it's and I didn't clarify this either. I'm glad I did this. The Council of Animals is judgment. So this is a releasing of the judgment. Judgment, so the Council of Animals is judgment, assessment, self-awareness, forgiveness, atonement, and enlightenment. So that is what this masculine is going through. He is going through a process of enlightenment, a process of atonement, a process of judgment. It's interesting that the Hierophant and judgment sort of came out together, because those are both kind of very based in sort of like a religious context. Like if you think of Judgment Day and you think of like, you know, religion and marriage and traditions and belief systems, they're kind of tied together a lot of the time. And in this case, with this Judgment card, it's really not. There's no judgment from the divine here on any decisions that this masculine has made in the past, or there's no judgment from the divine here. There is very much the energy of support into this new journey, acceptance, love, unconditional love, and it's so cute. I love this little tree too. He's got a little smile on his face. It's like, you're supported by the earth, you're supported by the divine. There's like, it's almost like he's got this patiently sort of waiting little hands here, and it's like, you are seen, you are accepted, you can do this. It feels so supportive, it feels so fresh. I just keep getting the imagery of all those white animals. It feels so fresh, it feels so clean, it's so new. This is beautiful. Oh my gosh. Let's get one final message from the tarot, and then we will go ahead and maybe pull. Let's pull from the Angels of Abundance. It's kind of what I'm feeling for the oracle message to end this reading with. All right, we've got one from the tarot here. I feel like that might be the final message. 4 of Challenges, but it was reversed. 4 of Challenges is 4 of Swords. 4 of Swords is a meditative, contemplative energy, and it's somebody laying in a coffin, basically taking the time to reflect and really think about what it is that they want or what they value. And there's nothing wrong with that, right? That's beautiful. The only thing I'm really getting here with that being reversed is that I just think that it's very clear that this decision has been made to move into this new cycle. There's still, like I said, with those sticks that need to be lit, the decision has been made that, yes, I'm going to build a fire. There is something that's going to happen here, but there's just some more steps that need to be taken in order to really get that plan fully executed. but the decision to execute that plan has been made, and that's representative here with that Four of Swords reversed. Something really beautiful. I mean, look at this tree that's growing prosperously in this dead forest. It's like it doesn't matter what things of the past or things around them. It's like this masculine or this person in this reading or who you're listening to it for, they can grow and thrive in an environment of anything. It reminds me of the lotus growing in the mud, right? The lotus flower in the mud, which is a, you know, a Hindu type of concept and stuff like that, or Buddhist or whatever, kind of both. And so this person is growing, and what's so cool is we did have the sun come out earlier, and so it's like the sun, which is representative of masculine, is growing. This tree is growing into this prosperity and is going to be fruitful no matter what circumstances surround them. They have really fully established what their darkness is, what those aspects of the self are, and how to embrace them fully and make the most of it, basically. All right, let's get this Angels of Abundance deck here. And let's see what messages come through to end on a nice little positive note here for Sagittarius. That was a beautiful reading. Very encouraging, very supportive, very, it's so beautiful to see somebody able to really release things that no longer serve them and embrace aspects of the self that may never leave them, but can be utilized in a more useful type of way. All right. Final oracle messages. Release resentments about money. Yes, the money system of the world can seem upsetting, but holding resentments about finances just pushes your abundance away. Instead, see money as a tool you can use to better the world, and this shift will help you attract support and golden opportunities. Organize for success. Do not let the word organize intimidate you, as it is simply a way for you to ensure clarity of purpose. So what I'm getting there is get very clear about, I hate saying like what to do, you know, like don't do this, don't do that. What the message I'm trying to pull forth is here that I'm receiving from this is that what you believe, right? We talked about releasing old belief systems. This new belief system that's coming in for you is, if you have a belief about money or certain things, patterns in your life, relationships, whatever it is, whatever you believe is going to be a reality. So it's extremely important that whatever belief systems you have about money, if you've built up a resentment there, or you're frustrated by a lack, or if you start getting in the want energy. I was listening to a podcast earlier about what you really want, what you want. You're pushing it away. And that sounds like it's not true because of like the whole manifestation process. You put it in your mind, you envision it. The key thing though about this is that just wanting something is not enough. It actually can push it away. Wanting is an energy of lack, in the sense that you have to A, want what you already have and be okay with that, but B, if you're in the state of trying to bring something to you, it's implying that you don't have it. It's implying that there's a lack. It's implying that there's a piece missing somewhere that you don't already have. And so you will continue to manifest that energy of not having it yet, not having it yet. It's not here yet. I want it to come. It's not here. Okay? So changing your belief around it, and I don't want to say like trick yourself into believing you have it now, but it's almost like you have to accept yourself as worthy of it and do the things to prepare yourself to be able to bring it in. For example, this Steve Harvey thing came to mind. I think it was his mother. He told this story about how his mother, when he was younger, he wanted to buy a new car, right? And he was kind of trying to go through the manifestation process of like, oh, I want this new car. I can't wait till I get this new car, this new car, this new car. And his mom kept being like, well, what about your car in the driveway? What about your car in the driveway? He's like, yeah, Mom, like I know the car in the driveway, but I'm gonna get a new car. Like it was basically sitting up on blocks, wasn't able to be driven anywhere. It was an old battered up car that needed to go. And so he kept thinking about this new car, and she's like, yeah, but what about your car in the driveway? And he's like, and then it finally clicked for him one day, and he's like, oh, what his mom was trying to tell him was, if you want to have something new come in, you have to make ready for it. You have to create a space in your life for it to come in and to receive it. And that way he needed to remove that old car out of the driveway, get it off the blocks, sweep the driveway, get the patio all clear, so that he could pull his new car into that spot. And that's the message I'm getting here. So organizing your thoughts, your reports, your living and workspace, and your finances will help you know and plan your next action steps. So I'm getting the imagery again of that kindling, that guy with all the sticks in his hands. It's like he has the material there, but there's that spark of inner knowing is what I'm hearing, that is gonna drive this. There's faith here. Okay, so I'm getting so many things coming through at once. So when we had that Hierophant energy come through before, and we had judgment, there's something about religion that is significant here. And I don't think you're necessarily a religious person, but there's an aspect of religion that I'm getting that it's faith, okay? It's faith and believing and knowing deep in your soul, deep, like a knowing that you will have this. And so that's gonna really, not that you, I'm sorry, I even misspoke there. Not that you will have this, but that you do have this, okay? It already resides there. There's the whole concept that not a lot of people really are familiar with, but I listen to a lot of near-death experiences and people who've encountered the other side briefly, and then they've come back into their bodies, and a lot of them come back with the message saying, everything is happening all at one time. There really is no sense of time. When your soul goes into the aspect of eternity and infinite foreverness, time is irrelevant, okay? So basically everything that's happening it's like all a cycle, it's all a wheel, it's all going on at once. As weird as that is, like there is no past, present, future. So therefore, this moment right now is your time to create your future and to manifest, because there is no other time to shift your circumstances, taking what's in the mind, taking what's in the vision, and creating matter in front of you than right now. The shift starts now. The organizing for success starts now. The releasing of resentments starts now. And the more you put off now, or the more you're stuck in anxiety or depression or things that are not in the now, right? When you have anxiety, you're thinking about the future. When you have depression, you're thinking about the past. Neither of those are reality. What's reality is now, and now is where you create. And if you want to create and you have a vision and a goal and a purpose that you're working towards, there is no other time than right now to surrender, to completely trust in your ability in executing this plan, first of all, knowing that you're completely supported by the divine. Why else would you be here if not to achieve something tangible and to create something and to have an impact on people? Whatever your impact is meant to be for you personally, that's why you're here. And the more that you get stuck in a future thought or a past thought or a self-doubt, I mean, you are a piece of the divine. You are a piece of starlight. You are a piece of, your carbon and your molecules, and there's a very sciencey thing around it. And then that's just what we understand, right? There's so much that we don't understand. And the more that you accept that, the conglomeration of all these molecules into something is very intentional. Most of us is made up of empty space, right? And so what is the force that's keeping this body alive? What is the force that's keeping the molecules together? What is it? What is the light in us that when somebody passes away leaves the body? What is this light behind my eyes right now? If I were to die right now and you just looked at my body, you would see colorlessness, you would see just, there's no life, right? What is life? What is that light that pushes out and manifests? And when you look into somebody's eyes and you see that light and it tells a story, what is that? How does that continue on? And if you realize that that is truly you, that light, that flame, that energy source, that star, that nucleus, that core, then you will be able to realize that you are not this body. You are not these thoughts. You are not your depression. You are not your anxiety. You are not belief systems that you've told yourself for years and years and years. It's not what you are. You are creation. You are light. You are divine. You are a piece of glory and eternity, and you are a creator. Okay? And the more you recognize and accept that and have faith in the process that what is meant to evolve for you and unfold for you is what's true, the potential is completely limitless. There is no limit to the potential. There is no glass ceiling. There is no sky. It's eternity, right? Okay, I just went on a total thing there, but that's what's beautiful, right? Is because something came through me, right, and had to say that. I didn't think about what I was really gonna say, right? There was that moment where I was getting kind of like, okay, like, hold on, I'm getting so much. I gotta like gather the thoughts, right? You gotta bring what's in and you gotta put it out and make it tangible and matter, right? These were ideas, these were downloaded, these were put here, and I had to make them material. I had to make them matter. But there was no force around it, right? It just came out, and that's really what I'm trying to get at here, is that you don't have to force anything. It is the nature of reality to deliver what you are meant to deliver, the gifts that you are meant to give people. That's what it is, right? It doesn't take that much force or anything. It just is, right? It just is. And really surrender to the isness of this moment and the now moment, and I think you're going to be fine. I think you're going to create absolutely everything you've ever dreamed of, because you'll realize that you already have it within you right now, and then it'll become your reality. It'll become the matter and material stuff that you see in front of you every day. Thank you so much, guys. I hope you enjoyed this one. Have a great rest of your day or evening, Sagittarius, and we will see you next time.